G'day everyone, it is Jai, that Aussie Metal Guy here with Crannk.com. So tonight, wherever you are in the world, it's great bloody pleasure that I'm getting a chat with Phoenix and Danny from the UK metal scene. They are coming out of the Buckinghamshire and Hertfordshire area. I hope I didn't fucking annihilate that too much with my Aussie accent. Past Damnation, they are already making noise with a sound that's crushing as it is cathartic. The debut track, Edge of Reason, is an absolute ripper. The band does confront themes of entrapment, personal struggle, and the fight to reclaim control, all blended in metalcore aggression, melody, groove, and emotional honesty with some damn fucking fine riffs and drums in there as well. Cheers for joining me, guys, to talk all about Past Damnation.
No, you're welcome. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Absolute bloody pleasure as well, mate. Take me back to kind of how you guys officially formed. I think it was 2023. Take me back to that moment. How did the lineup come together, and what made you realize this was something, man, we got to really commit to this and push this forward?
So, kind of stems back from like me. So, I initially been like the Kickstarter for the project itself. I had it, God, donkey, like 10 plus years back from when I was in college. Like, had in a music course that we're in, we basically get lumped with loads of different musicians. It's like, right, form a band, form a little group, find your style, where you're going to go from there. Loads of names floated about the area. Past Damnation was like one of the names that came through as like a little session of like, right, what band names are we going to choose? Then after finishing my college course, I kept the passion for the music over the years and kept like doing little riffs, little tunes kind of thing, and decided that, okay, I'm going to kind of stick with the name. I'm going to keep the name. Decided to get a tattoo of like the original logo that I drew up for it years ago. And it's like, right, I'm kind of stuck with this now. Keep on going. Then about end of 2022, decided after being in like multiple different bands, I decided that I wanted to do my own personal little project. So started up Past Damnation again with a couple of like riff ideas, asking the mate to, can I use your software to record stuff? And in the end, a couple of months down after that, had that friend join me to be like, hey, let's do two music bits together. Just kind of built track upon track on that. Initially, at that time, it was only me doing vocals with some of the instrumentals, and this guy as a guitarist. Then I think it was around the 2023 mark is when the formation started happening. Our bassist Jamie wanted in on the project. He knew that we were looking for a bassist, so I'm like, I went to college with Jamie years ago, so I knew that he was going to be a grand fit. I've seen him play live. I know his energy, that what he can bring to it. He's the kind of guy that walks off the stage, but you can still hear him because he has his wireless, and he's there just like, yeah, I'm just jamming. Make it back on stage and make the beat over there. It was always funny to see that. So having that as an extra energy to the band was very much like a nice want. We later on then put out another ad being like, hey, we're looking for a guitarist, we're looking for a drummer to form an official lineup. And in that post, Danny here decided that he wanted to audition for us as well. And I think it was the bass line of Edge of Reason that we sent the demo track off to for him, and just have him in his little studio set up with his kit to like, hi, my name is Danny and I am auditioning to be your drummer. At that point, I already kind of had it in my head, you know what, I think I want him already, because I've seen Danny play with a previous band years ago, and I know he was tight, asking previous members of his, how is he to work with, how is he music wise, and they're like, no, honestly, he's a solid member, like you can't go wrong with Danny at all. Had a couple of practices, and with the initial temporary four-man lineup, it melded really well. We played that little song around, and we all had a good laugh with it. It was then, I think, the couple of months afterwards as well. Unfortunately, we lost ties with the original guitarist. Parted our ways with him. Just wasn't working out for him, which respectable. That's understandable. Everybody needs to move on to do their own little things. us three kept tight as a unit for good on well nearly a year at that point, just having as much practices as we could do with the songs that we had written at the time. Then I think it was about a month or two before we played our first official show. We were still looking for that second guitarist to add to the riffs, because it's all fun and games playing these multiple riffs, recording them down, having multiple layers on layers on guitars.
Yeah.
But then trying to bring that energy onto stage as well, with it just being one guitar trying to do everything. For me, myself, I would get lost in the mix between, hey, I'm doing the guitar part, but I'm also doing the vocals. I was never given my all 100%, depending on which role that I was trying to focus on. Our guitarist Tristan, who again I knew from college, I was in a band with. Jamie was also in a band with at college. We had a good idea of who we kind of wanted. Brought him into a couple of practice sessions, and it was like we never left that kind of musical contact with each other. We just blended instantly, and then we played our first show together, and it went off really without a hitch. Like, we were one of the first bands on for that night, and it, like, the energy that we got from it. We had a couple of little mini pits. Some guys from an old band that I was in as well were there, just like, that's our boy. He's getting somewhere with it. But everybody enjoyed it, watching people just like have their fun in the pit. That's the energy that I like to see with the music, and that's like, right, we've got a foundation now, we've got a bar, let's progress with it. I think when we came up, we had our next few gig a couple of months later. It's like, cool, we got a showcase. We still want another guitarist. I initially then wanted to be just purely vocal, so that I can focus on my power, my technique, and the stage presence. Because being just behind a guitar, you're just stuck there. I love seeing Jamie run out onto the playing field, as we like to call it. He enjoys that, and I'm like, I want to be out there too. I want to go out there with my mic and interact with the crowd more, be more face to face with them. Somebody that Jamie worked with was like, hey, I know this guy, he's a good guitarist. We checked some of his videos out, and it's like, oh god, he's really good. We desperately wanted to try and get him in, and this is the fun fact for it. He couldn't attend one of the practices beforehand because he was ill, as we all do. It's England. We get hit with crappy weather, crappy illnesses all year round. He joined us, and we met him officially the day of the gig, loading times, and it was like, okay, yeah, I want to be in your band, guys. You guys sound sick. We gave him Edge of Reason to just jam out for a little bit. And I think after about 3 hours, he's like, right, I think I've got it nailed. It's like, right, well, we're the first band on. We'll play our set, and then we'll get you on board as well. Do you feel ready for it? He's like, yeah, absolutely. Completely smashed it out of the park. Could not complain at all. Like, the interaction with the crowd was brilliant. They already knew some of our songs as well. I rip it to them 24/7, and they go, I'm like, who here knows the lyrics to this song that we just released officially? And they're like, yes, we do. Who knows how to play guitar? I'm like, this guy does. Just chucking my guitar. We all just blended in instantly there and then. It was so much fun to like get out, interact with a bit of the crowd, actually look back on the stage as well, and see my brothers all just having a fun time, because that recording process with us four originally was a nice little lovely experience. We got away for like 2 days, had a lovely little time with the guy Neil from oh god, Danny, remind me the name, please. I'm bad at that.
I'm blanking as well, mate.
Oh god, they're gonna kill us.
It was in Kent,
but no, flipping
or Kettering or something like that.
Kettering.
Yeah,
I might as well call it Kettle. It's a British town. But no, Parlour Studios. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, like Neil from Parlour Studios, like lovely little setup, made us all welcome. Jamie worked with him previously with another band before, and like we just sat there and just blitzed out Edge of Reason in like those 2 days. Danny had the best part for it. He turned up a little bit late because he's got to travel. Then it's like, cool, right, we'll smash the drums out first. I wrote the basic like I wrote the spine out for the like track itself. So like, okay, this is the rough bit, and then we'll go over the guitars properly. Danny blitzed it out in like an hour and a half, and it's just like, right, cool, I'm done. I'm gonna go to bed. he smashed it. He was brilliant. He's perfect. Like Danny is one of those drummers that just instantly nails it. Like doesn't have to be there. It's just like, cool. Oh, it's time to go again. Yeah, cool. Hits it perfectly every time. And that whole recording process was just brilliant. To then have the end result like after those 2 days. Like I think all four of us were like listening back, looking at that track, and it's just like some of us had tears welling up, just being like, "Yo, this is actually like real now. This is what we have like produced. This is amazing." Like the energy that we felt from that, we bring onto the stage, and I like it. Words can't even describe like how good a feeling it is to get something that you've worked so hard for out there to the public. Like officially, it's not just, oh, here's a little crappy demo. It's here's an official product. Take that with you as you will. But it's been spun quite a good number of times at this point, and it's just like that's the progression that we want to see, especially leading into the new year now as well.
Yeah, like Neil did such a great job with that. Like the difference between the demo and that recording is like night and day. It's like so sick.
Yeah, well,
You can hear the bass.
exactly. Yes, you can hear the quality and the sound in you guys as well, because it's like I chatted to another band the other day as well. They done the same thing. They spent a year kind of planning out where they were going, writing music, getting comfortable together, just getting to fucking know each other as well, and having those group of guys to go, hey man, we got to put in this work, man. We're going to spend this year getting to know each other, writing the music, and then kind of having that guitarist throw that spanner in the work would have been, oh fuck. But having someone come in that you know was good, because you obviously all have a pedigree in the scene, like been playing music in other bands and been around the scene for 10 years as well. So coming into this project, you're probably all aware of how kind of smart it is to map that out and plan out, have a plan of attack, not just fucking like, yeah, you can drop out fucking music and some bands just drop out shit for the sake of dropping out shit, but planning it out and mapping out an attack, especially as a new band going forward, seems to be really important for you guys as well, and kind of will really pay dividends for you as well, yeah?
Absolutely. Like the progression from just doing little shows, just writing little riffs in your bedroom
Yep.
or wherever you have that idea span from. You put that from like mind to paper and then paper to the amps and strings and everything. Like it makes the music worth it. Like because one of the riffs that I'd had from the very early days of that college years, like this, it predates my kid. Like I've got a 13-year-old, and all my music stuff predates even him. So it's like that music was like my first child in that sense. I
Yep.
put a lot of time, dedication. I do to my kid now, but the music was where the passion originally stemmed from. It gave me a ground, and one of those riffs we still play now. It's a very all over the place kind of track, but for me, that was my starting point to be like, here's a little crummy riff that I wrote for a college project to cool. Here's something that we now have that is a song, that is a track, that is a beast. Like writing Edge of Reason was one of the fun things doing it back in the day from its an initial like conception for the song. That's only Edge of Reason is officially like 3 years old as the foundation, but the official like recording of the track that happens only a couple of months back now. But that was like seeing the final product of it coming together was amazing, and again showing that to people like, look, this is the dedication and hard work that we put into it for all of these years, and now it's like become a nice little staple. It's a good single to kickstart. There is more under our belts that we've got waiting in the wings for everybody. Like it's just again putting that to motion to then get those recorded as well. But nothing can be perfection can't be rushed is the best form for it.
Yeah, well, it seems like you've also been putting in the hard work playing the live scene. That's bloody important as well. It's like to get that live scene behind you, have that really great stage presence as well. Because I've gone to so many shows and like, yeah, it's when you see that singer getting out, the guitarist and the bands. I went and seen Persephone. They come over and they done a tour and they were out in the crowd running around. It was like, man, it was
Oh
just
yeah.
insane. The vocalist up and you walk away with these memories as well. And it is for, bands like you guys as well. It's very important to kind of have that really great stage presence because I've gone and seen other bands and they're great, but sometimes they kind of just sit there and you're like, okay, then like yeah, this is cool, man, but I'm not really doing much. So, having that as well, kind of creating that's crushing live fucking presence as well is really bloody important.
That was us on our first gig as well. Like for the first gig, we didn't have the guitarist for the first two songs because they were a bit. Again, the first track that I had that initially kickstarts the show for us is a very bit all over the place one. So to try and teach him that in a confined time was very tricky. But
Yep.
I still remember getting on stage properly there for the first time. Like my leg was shaking for like the first three, four songs. It's just like, oh, I'm shitting it. Oh, I'm bricking it. Oh, I'm bricking it. Oh, is everything could just go wrong at this instant moment. But it didn't. That was the main thing for it. And that's what was like, okay, we did it. Let's do it again. After that first gig, it's let's just do it again. And the second gig, there was so much more confidence with it in the couple of months span from that, because the first show that we had was April time, April, May. No, it was May time. So
Yep.
our last show, which was October, I think it was. Um, but that several month span, my confidence as a vocalist grew
Yep.
and my style slightly changed because you ask the vocalist like, oh, what technique do you use for your vocals? I don't know. I just scream and shout. That's it. I know that but back then my vocal style was very like yeah, and now it's more like oh, it's more guttural, like in more in the chest kind of thing. Like I don't know how to control it. I just know I can do it. But I've gotten the confidence instead of being like, oh, I'm going to be high screechy all the time. It's now, okay, I'm going to go lower for a lot of this stuff. There was all the chopping and changing of tunings. We're going to stick straightforward with just drop A because it's a nice, easy fundamental tuning. It's fun to play. Any covers that we want to do, if we want to throw them in there and play in drop A and they sound good. Personal opinion, I think anything
Yeah.
in drop A sounds good.
Fuck yeah, dude. Edge of Reason is the first official release for you guys. Why was this song the right song for you guys to go with first? Because he's obviously got a whole bunch of tracks in there as well that you have worked on. Why was this one really important for you to get out first as the first track for you guys to showcase you as a band?
Danny, do you want to take that one?
Well, yeah, I mean, Edge of Reason was the song that I auditioned to join the band with, so it must be close to your heart, Phoenix. But yeah, because this band is pretty much Phoenix's baby, I think.
Yeah,
So,
I guess that.
so, but yeah, I think to be fair, like all of us really like the song. I think it's it's the one that we wanted people to hear first. And I guess when people say to you like, oh, what do you sound like? I reckon that's the best song to show people, to be like, yeah, this is us. So
No, I agree.
It's absolutely heavy and it's crushing and it has these really great melodies. I love the cleans and the fucking heavies in this and it's really well done. Actually really surprised me, dude. I put this on and I'm like, oh, yeah, one song, have a listen, dude. And I was really fucking damn impressed. I played the track for someone else today too, dude. And I'm like, have a listen to this. I'm having a chat to this band and it's a killer track and it is really a solid one to go with. You kind of see who you guys are and it kind of captures this sound, but you also have this duality to it, which I fucking love as well, man, as well.
Like it's been one of, like Danny says, it's one of our favorite songs to play. Like he trialed out with it in the same sense as well. Our new guitarist James, he trialed out with it as well. Like that was kind of like his
That's the one.
in the sense it was their initiations into the band. It's like, okay, this is a song that's kind not necessarily complex. It's a song that's got a lot of pace to it, a lot of kick to it. If you guys can follow suit, then you're pretty much nailing it. You're pretty much in. And like with Danny, completely blew us out with it, and cannot complain. Like brilliant drummer, hands down. Same with Tristan and James. Like when they both, in the sense, like auditioned on their kind of side of things, it was okay. This is the song that we've got. Here's the tabs that we have for it, or watch how I play it, recording it to them, and just take it step by step. And that was a very good like base ground for us. Like all the other tracks that we have, for my personal opinion, they slap. Like they are really good tracks. They're beefy, and a lot of them have a lot of like oomph to them as well. But Edge is that one that kind of holds the more power to it as well. Like with the just the initial like chuggy riff going into it, playing that through into our nice little what I like to call the janky bit, the little weird swing bit, just to Danny's little like dancing on the cymbals, which is like one of my favorite punches into it. It's just that yeah, let's do this, go for it, pretty much. And then that chorus where it's kind of the uplifting side to it, which is one of my favorite parts for it. Like I love my screams, but I do love my cleans as well, and that's kind of where I felt that power to it. And I'm like, yeah, you know what, this makes me feel a kind of way. And it also portrays out with the audience as well. Like when we played that live, both first and second time, having the crowd sing that back to us is such a nice feeling. You see that on all the big bands where they're having their lyrics like sung or shouted back at them. But we have that little break. So where we have the breakdown in Edge of Reason, after that little end, it goes into that nice little clean bit. I come in with the nice little lyrics. Yep. And then we have those gang vocals in the background as well. So obviously, minusing James because he wasn't with us at that point in time, you had all of us in the studio. The recording for it, I thought was like, oh, we're just all going to go in together. And this was like the best thing for the gang vocals. Everybody go in singly. We're going to stand you here, then move here, put you guys everywhere, have that nice little essence into it. And having that in the crowd as well, we extend that bit out live. And it is, I'm just like, right, when I sing this line, you guys know what to sing, yeah? They sing that back to us, and it just gets us every time. It's nice that that's, for us, that's our interaction with the crowd. Is like, we're singing to you, now could you just be so kind as to sing back to us? And just the power behind that. Like the second gig we had, we were the first band on. I might be wrong in saying it, but I think we pulled the bigger crowd than the headliners. Like we had this like the crowd area completely packed. And I'm just like,
it's nice when they get in there for the first band, because I always try and get there for the first band, because you see guys like yourself and then you walk away going, what the fuck? You tell your mates, you head over to the merch stand, you say hello to you guys, Phoenix and Danny. These are the same guys sitting by the merch. You make new friends, you make new fans, and it's fucking... You tend to catch some of the greatest bands catching up first, so that's a note to anyone out there. Fucking get there early, get the tickets early, and always catch the first band, eh?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, at this moment in time, we don't personally have any merch. I think Jamie has a... I think he's got like, he might have a hat or something or other that's like, oh yeah, this is a little demo idea thing. We still haven't even seen it. But he's just like, yeah, I've got a hat, I've got something. And it's just like, care to show to the rest of the class? And he's just like, no. So he's the only person that's got anything. I mean, I've got the old school logo on there, and that's as much as I have for it, apart from having the guys. But because we don't have that kind of like merch stand where somebody can just go, oh, hey, yeah, you guys did great. Oh, I'm going to buy a t-shirt kind of thing. That's going to be our next step for it. Yeah. But because we don't have that, we just have people just coming up to us and they just want to chat, which is amazing. It's just lovely.
They'll walk away with a tattoo.
Like everybody get the tattoo. Everybody get the tattoo. Like I said, it's the old design. We've got the new logo and everything now. So
We're hiring tattoo artists.
Sit down. Now inked.
don't tempt me. I would so highly just bring a tattoo artist on tour with us as well. Just be just like, but that would be the problem. We would be covered by the end of it.
I know you'd have so many drunk people would wake up the next morning and be like, "Mark, yeah, there we go." Instrumentally, the song does blend groove, melody, and heaviness without feeling overcrowded as well, and it's definitely an intentional thing to this track, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna ask because you guys, we've gone right over Edge of Reason and the band, and you guys, I've got to ask. You guys have obviously bringing in different influences and kind of to the band as well. So tell me a little bit about some of the influences, bands, sounds that fucking have inspired you guys as well.
For me, on my side, I've always been a very metal influence kind of teen kind of thing. I got into music young age. But growing up in the Irish family, it was all like the Irish folk music, something that was always very bouncy, into the young 2000s pop kind of thing is when I was growing up. I kind of found my first inkling into like the heavy music through a band called Fight Star, if you know them. Um, so like they were the original member was a guy in a band called Busted, and he left them to do heavier music and finding like, oh, that it's not just like clean singy, it's there was a scream, and that kind of like flicked the light bulb in my head, just like, oh, I like this, goosebumps everywhere. Followed in through that. My main influences at this point in time would be a band called Of Mice and Men. They have been like since, God, they've been going around for years now, but like since 2009, 2010, Of Mice and Men have been like my kind of inspiration with music. I go to as many gigs of them as I can when they hit up the UK. But their riffs, like the metalcore riffs, like nice little leady lines, chuggy choruses, or the nice here's some scream and then here's some clean, or here's some clean and then here's some scream. I like their diversity to that. So they've been my main like inspiration music wise, like for the last 15 plus years for me personally.
They're awesome. They're about to tour Australia, which ties in well. And I have interviewed Aaron before, man. He's a cool dude, Aaron. I interviewed him, 3 years ago or something, dude. I'm gonna probably interview him as well for the upcoming Australian tour, dude. They absolutely rip as well. Danny, it's your turn, my friend.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no. Of Mice and Men, I have to agree with Phoenix there. I love those guys. For me, well, early on, one of the first bands that started sort of getting me onto like the rock and the metal and stuff was Linkin Park and like Papa Roach and Limp Bizkit, like the new metal kind of era.
Yeah.
And back then, I still kind of I used to hate heavier music. Like I used to hate like that was when like Trivium released Ascendancy.
Yeah, dude.
And
I got a big Trivium tat off of that album on my arm,
yeah.
dude.
and they were playing like on Crannk they were playing what's it called? Pull Hard on the Strings of Yamato, I think.
Yep, dude.
Yeah, and I was listening to that song and he was just screaming all the way through it and I was like, what is this noise? And but eventually over time and it's the heavier vocals started growing on me and then I got into it and started appreciating it. But yeah, I guess one of my favorite bands of all time was Killswitch Engage. I'm really into that kind of that metalcore sound. Is my favorite and standout because I love how they can get so brutal, but also keep it really melodic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I also like the progressive kind of stuff. Like I really enjoy Periphery and Monuments and Fell Silent and Tesseract and that kind of stuff. I haven't quite got to that level of drumming yet, but but I really aspire to it. So
Yeah, dude. I was kind of the same though, man. Like, first time I put on Cradle of Filth when I was a younger lad, and I was like, "What the fuck is this shit?" And I interviewed Sarah Deaver, and she said she thought the same thing. When she first heard it, and she sang for him, and said, "Oh, I've listened to this as well." But now I love Cradle of Filth as well, and the heavier shit. But when I was younger, it definitely took a while to get into that as well. All
yeah,
great
yeah.
bands. Tell me a little bit quickly, guys, how you kind of got into where you were singing. What kind of inspired you guys to like get into to music? What inspired you to pick up the drums and Phoenix to vocals and obviously guitar as well? You play.
Drums are going to be easy. I'll let Danny start off that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. I mean, I just wanted to do it because it was. It seemed cool to me at the time. I got first started doing it when I was in school. So I was in secondary school. I'd say probably year 7 or 8. I must have been like 11 or 12 years old or something.
Awesome.
But I started doing like drum lessons at school. I mean, I wasn't in an extremely like well-off family, so they couldn't really afford to pay for drum lessons. But I managed to get some free lessons through the school because they were doing like it wasn't one-on-one individual; it was like group sessions.
Yeah.
So that was like the downside of it, but it was how I learned the basics, like how I learned how to paradiddle and learned how to play my first beat and all that kind of stuff. But then unfortunately the tutor, who was from America, he had a family emergency and had to fly back to America, so the lessons just suddenly stopped after a few months. And then I got back into it a few years later when I chose music as my subject, one of my subjects I wanted to study for like qualification type stuff like GCSE, we call it in the UK. I chose music because I wanted to carry on pursuing the drums, and I had that first taste of it, and I wanted to like continue to get better at it. So I was basically from that point onwards just self-taught.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I just taught myself. Like I just used to listen to music. Like I was listening to like Foo Fighters and stuff like that, and I was just listening to it over and over, and like being like, yeah, I think I can play this part. I think I know what he's doing here, and just trying to translate it to me playing it. And yeah, and that's pretty much how I. And then and then I got into my first band in school as well. It was kind of like a grunge band called Anti-U.
Everyone was in a grunge band in high school, I'm sure of it,
And then our first show was at school as well. So we had our first song was called Bleach, and it was quite. The lyrics were kind of depressing, and the teachers heard it and they didn't want us to play it because it was what was it? Yeah, it was our like end of school showcase, like we've all graduated kind of stuff, and this was like our end of year celebration, and they didn't want us to play that song. They were like, no, it's too depressing. They were like, can you do a cover of Muse Feeling Good instead? So so we went out on stage, and the guitarist started playing the opening part of Feel Good on the keyboard. Yeah. And then we just went into our own song.
Yeah,
we were on stage and they couldn't stop us.
You've done the classic Nirvana, aka you can't do that. Fuck you. Yeah, doing look at us. We're doing this, man, for sure.
Yeah, play this song.
Man.
Like, just being like, play this song instead. It's like, I don't think we'll do that.
I don't think we'll do that. No.
Yeah, fuck you. I won't do what you tell me.
Yeah. Do me. Nice. Phoenix, tell us your little. How'd you get on this, man?
So literally, it'll be this Christmas would be 21 years ago that I got my very first guitar. I just remember waking up Christmas morning at my dad's and was just like, cool, here you go. The next minute, I'm just opening the box, and it's just it's a niche band called Stag. It kind of looks like a little Fender kind of looky guitar, but I've had that and still have it to this day. But I just got given than that. Didn't know how to play it at all, obviously. Tried learning bits and pieces, but I am a small man. I have tiny hands. I literally cannot stretch over a lot of bits and pieces. So I'm just like, I don't know how to do this. So kind of set that aside. And then about a year or so afterwards, I got my first bass. My nan actually bought me it, and I just remember opening it. Oh my God, it's a massive guitar. Why does it only have 4 strings? So confused the daylights out of me there. And a drum kit at 13. So like I had like, the main progression of a Blink 182 setup. Then I think it was about 14 I started getting into like properly like getting into the modern music. I picked up the bass more after like my nan had a little bit passed away a couple of years before that. So I wanted to keep using the thing that she bought me.
Yep.
Bass was kind of that simple thing because it's just you're playing the simple notes. You don't have. So I don't doubt any bassists. There are amazing bass techniques, but for me as a young child, this is easy. I can do this, no problem at all. But started like little mini projects in a youth club. Didn't really do much with it. It was just a little jam session. Drums, I kind of naturally had a good little beat to it. So like I've got autism, so I'm literally there just like I'm tapping away constantly, and it's just like, oh, I can kind of keep a beat. I can keep a simple beat going. So in and out between like drums and bass. So they were the main things that I kind of did. I think it got to my year 11, so I was like 15, 16. The educational workers came up to me being like, so what do you want to do? What do you want to progress into? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. I think I might just go get a job. Because at that point, I didn't have there was no music education in my secondary school for it. So it was a limited school, so they only had a limited curricula.
Yeah.
And I said, like, I don't really know. I might just go out and get a job. And they go, well, what do you have a passion for? And I'm like, well, I like listening to music and I jam it. And they're like, oh, well, why did you go to college for it to get a degree there? And I'm just like, you can study music. I had no knowledge of this at all, but I was very kept in the dark about a lot of these things. And it's just like, okay. I think I then jumped into college at 16, carried my bass guitar in for the first day, and one of a good old mate of mine, he became a really good mate of mine, but this one guy was just in the back of the class. I was on the opposite table, and it's just like he's wearing a Megadeth t-shirt. And they're all like, oh, everybody will kind of like get into your groups kind of thing, or have a feel, speak to somebody, like get to know them and form a project with them. And the way he said it was just, I like the look of this guy. I'm going to join him. And back then I had like I've got fuck all hair now, but back then my hair was like down here kind of thing, and it's just like, yeah, he looks like that. He knows what he's doing. There's a nice little like literally drum and bass, but rock version. It was just cool. He's using electric drum kit. I've got this nice little Muse kind of bass tone kind of thing, a lot of fuzz to it, and we just did like a little drum and bassy project back then. Got more confident with the bass over time, and then I think one day at college there was a group of people that were just like jamming around. They were playing like emo rock music. I was very much into it at that point back in the day. And I listened to one of the tracks that they were doing, and it was a cover. There was a band called I Set to Kill, and they were trying to do a cover of a song called A Sketch in Black and White. Now, that one, the screen vocalist for that one is like very proper, like raspy, like proper grip the neck scream kind of thing. And you was just like, that was something that I was like, oh, I like this kind of scream. I've been into the screamy stuff for a few years then. I'm like, I know this. I might be able to play this. And they jammed with it. I joined in with them, and then the vocals kind of came through there. So I think I was about 17, 18 when I realized, wait a minute, I can scream. That's interesting. I never thought I could do that. Then leaving college to then start the project for this is like 2014. So starting my version of Past Damnation back then, I at that point learned how to play a little bit of guitar, just basic bar chords. Progressed from that point and got a little bit more confident with some techniques. I'm still simple bar chords, learn simple solos. I don't know scales. I don't know music theory. I will put my hands up to that. I'm not that technical. But that's where most of the songs from the band now comes from, where it's like I knew some riffs I had in my head that I wanted to put down on the track, and I can play the basics of riffs for the tracks. It's now down to Tristan and James to interpret that and play it how they would play it themselves.
Yeah.
So the progression from there is like all like Danny as well, all completely self-taught. Like I had a couple of music lessons in my first year of secondary school for guitar. I just could not get to the grips with it. Back then, the guitarist with the tutor was a left-handed person, so it was good that I could absolutely mirror what he was playing, but I just couldn't get around to the grips of it. Like that just I couldn't get the hand positionings or the techniques right, so that frustrated me a lot. And even nowadays, like I've had 7 strings since then. I've had baritone guitars since then. It's just, you know what, if you're playing heavy, it's not going to be sustainable. It's not going to be like legible, perfect. I can't be heard if I'm making any mistakes. But yeah, that's kind of like where that all passion stems from, is wanting to play the music and just watching YouTube videos, and even like my screen techniques now, I'll still watch from multiple different people. Obviously, everybody has their own technique, how they do it. A lot of my vocals, I would admit, are like more head and throat like techniques. Over the last several months, I've been progressing it where it's been more like in the lower part of my diaphragm to get that little bit more power out there. It's just been trying to make sure that I can do that and as well as sing. Like karaoke nights are the best nights for it, especially when you're drunk. Drink responsibly, kid. Drink responsibly, children. But no, like it gives you the confidence there as well. And then it's just like you can actually sing, and I'm just like, okay, so about 5 Jägermeisters in, and I'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't drink anymore, so I'd absolutely like have to remember every single painful moment of me singing on karaoke night. Where's the best place people can get along and support you guys going forward? I know you said you're still working on like merch and physical kind of stuff, but where's the best place people can get along and support?
For the time being, as it stands, we've got our Instagram page, which is just at Past Damnation. We've got YouTube as well. There are loads of things if you just type in Past Damnation, but the best way to get to us at the moment is if you type in Past Damnation, Edge of Reason. It will come up with the band little like imagery there, which is just like red and blue neon lights. Same on our Facebook pages as well. It's Past Damnation. They're the main things that we have our socials on. That track is also on all streaming platforms as well. So it's on Spotify, YouTube Topics, Deezer, SoundCloud. It's all over the place right now.
Exactly. You're all going to need those links as well, because we need to know what's happening going forward without giving too much away. What are your plans going forward for 2026, man?
Well, we had our little band chat last night. Since after the gig, it's been a bit all over the place. Obviously, the Christmas coming up, it's been busy for all of us. We're all doing like either overtime bits at work, other prior commitments as well. Like 2 of us are parents, so we've got obviously our parental responsibilities. But with us discussing it for the new year, since when we last had the recording session for Edge of Reason, we determined that we were going to go back over there to record all the rest of the tracks that we have down at the moment. Again, there are other tracks that are being written even still to this day, but we're going to go back in the new year, start recording those tracks and getting them fine-tuned, so then we can then release those. We've got a couple of there are gigs that are in the air at the moment that we just need to grab the opportunity for them. We've been asked for a couple of gigs. We've got one that is initially set down at the moment, but at this moment in time, until they are ready to announce it, we can't say anything on it at that moment in time. But we do have a show lined up in the first, actually around the start of the second quarter of the new year. So roughly around the April, May time, we should have one of the gigs set up. We might have some beforehand, some afterwards, but main priority is getting us tighter with the new tracks that we've got and getting ourselves ready for more gigs and more shows in the future, as well as get ourselves ready to record in the studio, where this time there's going to be 5 of us. It's going to be fun.
Damn straight. So everybody get on those links so you can keep an eye on what these guys have going forward. Phoenix, Danny, thank you so much for spending some time with me to talk about Past Damnation. Edge of Reason is now, and like the guy said, you guys are going to want to put these in the stereos and crank it up so fucking loud because the neighbours are going to want to hear it too. This is only just the beginning of what they can tap into and what they're capable of. Honest, heavy, and emotionally resonant without losing impact. Last words, shout outs, thank yous are all on you guys.
Thank you for having us.
You first.
Are we allowed to say
So what
that
the fuck you want? We're Aussies.
that we're confirmed for Metal to the Masses?
We are confirmed. Yeah. So initially we are confirmed on it. There's just depending on which heat. I know which heat that we're on, but I know that they're going to have like they're still needing the extra lineups for it. Because in case for like people in Australia or wherever you guys are listening from, if it's not UK based, there is this like kind of show set up which they call Metal to the Masses. There's multiple different locations that you can play in, but in the play that we are going to be in, what will happen there is you have multiple sets or multiple heats, as said, and you get a couple of bands on the lineup. Basically, people will be there. They vote for which bands that they liked through the night, and the final result through after all of the heats, you got your semi-finals and finals. Initially, as some of our mates have also done it in the past as well, if you win the finals, you actually get to go on and play Bloodstock, which is another UK festival.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. I reckon I've heard of this, man. Like, fucking nice. I've heard of a couple others similar as well. Like, yeah. I know an Aussie band here ended up over in Warken, and I think they played Bloodstock and all sorts.
Oh,
it's
nice.
a cool thing to be a part of, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, initially, yeah, so that would be one of the gigs that we have lined up through next year. But initially, that could be one of multiple. So we may only end up playing the one show if we don't go through. But if we do go through and we're successful with it, we'll have another show after that, and then another show after that, and then heck, touch wood, you'll see us on the lineup on Bloodstock. That's the game plan. That's the hope.
Yeah,
more gigs and everything.
So yeah, we got that to look forward to in this year coming. What else? Yeah, and then it was just recording the stuff in the studio. So yeah. So a big thanks to Neil from Parlour Studios. He's the reason that track exists right now. So one of the main reasons. So thank you so much, Neil. Thank you for having us on, dude. I can't think of.
Absolute bloody pleasure. Phoenix, did you want to chuck anything else in, my friend?
Yeah, again, Jane, thanks for having us. Like, absolute pleasure to talk with you as well and getting us out into the world. We're now no longer just strapped into the UK. We're out there. For everyone, please go along and stream Edge of Reason. Like I say, YouTube, Spotify, it's all over the place. Again, as Danny said, thanks for Neil for getting us kick-started on that. It's been a nice progression on for it. And again, even just thanks to the lads in PD. Like, if it wasn't for these guys here, I'm still working like a 9-to-5 job kind of thing. But I wouldn't be doing that and doing another thing that I love, which has always been music. So keeping the ground, keeping it all level and just keeping everything running. And to all of the friends and family that have listened to us over the last several years with it and listened to my bitching and whining, and now they get to listen to the bitching and whining on recordings.
Exactly. Merry Christmas. Crank some Past Damnation loud for the holiday season. Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.